Ah, masterpiece prime time.
Hey, what's up my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Takara MPM-4 masterpiece movie, Optimus Prime. So here we are, and there he is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. So right up front here, we have Prime in his robot mode, in his truck mode, 10 years of movies, MPM-4 Optimus Prime Transformers. On this side of the box, we have a picture here of Prime in his robot mode. In his truck mode. On this side of the box, you just have a profile of his truck mode. On the bottom, not much except the barcode and words and things. On the top, Transformers Masterpiece Movie Series 10 years. On the back of the box, you have your obligatory product shots. It does this, that, the other, all that good stuff. And that's basically it for the packaging. So moving right along, here we have a masterpiece movie, Optimus Prime. And he's good, but he has problems. And we'll get to all that as we move along in the review. But here he is in his truck mode, a nice red and blue truck with nice flamey goodness, and looks gorgeous in the truck mode. And let's get in close here so we can take a look at the details. A whole lot of silver paint here on that front grille. You do have the Autobot symbol molded in. You have the nice, very nice looking flames with the pinstriping, which looks very cool. Now, if you notice, these sections do have the yellow airbrushing underneath the flames, and this section does not, which it is supposed to, but that is for the sake of the robot mode. So unfortunately, that's a sacrifice that had to be made to make the robot mode look good. So yeah, it's a thing, but still very nicely done. You have the windshields right up front here with that silver detailing behind it. And a lot of nice silver paint on this toy. You got silver here, or silver on the smokestack, some more flamey goodness. You got the trans-clear windows right there on the sides. You also have the side view mirrors there, also painted silver. More flamey goodness. And more silvery goodness. And all the rims are also painted silver, which is very nice. You have this back piece here, which is also done in silver. Got the trailer hitch here. More flamey goodness going on right there. You have the back. That's done in silver. Those lights back here, done in silver. The bottom, you can see some similarities here between this and the Revenge of the Fallen Leader Prime mold, but we'll get more into that once we get into transformation. He rolls, as rolling things should. Hooray for rolling. He does roll nice and smoothly. And yeah, now the main issue with this toy is with the truck mode, and that is things basically not locking together the way they're supposed to. If you see here, you can see these sections are raised up. They just don't tab in, which in turn makes these sections not hold together. And this is as flush as I can get it. And I did do a mod to it. I watched Wotafa's video. If you haven't watched Wotafa, watch him. He's awesome. He speaks Japanese. You can't understand a word he's saying, but I love his videos. I did do a mod to this toy that he did to his, and it does alleviate this problem, because at one point, like right out of the box when you transform him, like everything will basically sit like that. I mean, this will be really raised up, and with the mod, you can actually get everything somewhat flush, more flush than it was, as you can see, although I still can't get these bits to sit where they're supposed to. But the mod does alleviate the problem. I don't know what else he did to his, but on his, everything sits perfectly flush now, so maybe he's speaking Japanese, so I can't understand what he's saying. I was just trying to go by what he was showing, so maybe there was something else he did to it that I didn't know to do to mine. But I'll show you what the mod is once we get down to transformation. But yeah, that is definitely the main problem with this toy, is the truck mode and all this not lining up. But you can see after you do the mod, things do line up pretty well. Another issue here are these gray pieces right here. These gray pieces are actually supposed to line up with the smokestacks right there. You see that little post right there is supposed to go into this little gray piece. The problem is this gray piece doesn't swing out far enough to line up with that. I mean, you can see right there. That's as far as it goes. It's not swinging out any farther, and that just, there's nothing you can do to line that up. Again, watching Wotafa's video, he just basically chiseled this out so this could swing out further, and that's how he got that to line up. You can do that if you want to, or if you don't care, you can just leave those as is. Nothing really crucial. It's more an aesthetic thing than anything, but you can fix that if you want to. So yeah, those are the major issues with the truck mode. Otherwise, I mean, the truck mode looks gorgeous. I mean, it looks beautiful. But just that problem that, honestly, Takara should have caught with things just not lining up the way it's supposed to. I don't know why they didn't catch that, but... oh, well, it is what it is, what you're gonna do. But let's get down to some comparisons. So the first comparison is the original 2007 Leader Class Optimus Prime. So you can see how they look together. That is one blocky looking truck. Here he is with the Revenge of the Fallen Leader Prime mold. So you can see how they look together. They have that. And just because, here he is with the Age of Extinction Leader Class Prime mold. So you can see how they look together. This is the Takara version, by the way. And here he is with Masterpiece Movie Bumblebee. So you can see how they look together. So there you have that. And last but not least, here he is with MP-10 Optimus Prime. So you can see how they look together. So there you have that. Now he does include his weaponry. He does include his gun right here, which is just done in that dark gray plastic. The only paint on it is just some black right here on the barrel. Would have been nice if they had painted this up a little bit more. It does look really, really plain. Would have been nice if they had, you know, maybe painted this. I don't know what color it's supposed to be. If it's supposed to be silver, I don't know. But I have to look up screenshots or just, you know, pop my DVD in and watch the movie. But would have been nice if they had painted this up a bit more. But, oh, well, it is what it is. But it is nicely detailed, though. Just, I think, would have benefited from some more paint than just that little bit of black there on the barrel. But you have that. He does also include his blades right here, which are done in a transparent yellow and some nice silver paint right there. You get some nice detailing. You get two of those swords, and you can store these on the truck mode. And what you do is there are slots on either side of the gun, and you have tabs on the blades, and you just tab the blades onto either side of the gun, like that, with the blade facing down. And just tab it on the other side. And then there's a tab right here, and you just tab it into the trailer hitch right there. And there you have your storage. And it looks ridiculous, but it is the typical Optimus Prime weapon storage of just plug everything onto the trailer hitch. So, it is what it is, but that is your storage for the weapons in truck mode if you want to store them that way. So, there you have that. Alright, so let's get down to transformation, shall we? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come back here, take this section, and just fold that down. You want to take the smokestacks and just push them down like that. Now we're going to come back here and we're going to untab these sections right here. Just push that up. These two tab in very securely. You can see this right here just tabs in right in there. Just untab that and untab that, and then if these don't come undone on their own, just untab these side sections right here. So you just tab in right there, and now you're going to come to these side panels here, and you're going to just untab these sections here and just bring them out. And here I can show you the mod. Now the mod that Wotafa did, and like I said, it does alleviate this problem a bit, is there were actually two pieces that were wrapped around this post right here, and what he did was he cut the top one off. As you can see, I did it to mine. Just cut the top one off, and that basically makes it so this has a little bit more flex to it, because this second one was just, it was just adding too much resistance to things and not allowing things to line up. And you can see here, this is the piece that I cut off, and you can see it was just sitting right in there like that. And you can see when you look in here, I mean, there's a lot of stress marks in there. You can see it's just, it's stressed all around. So you can see that this piece was just applying unnecessary pressure there to that joint and not allowing things to sit flush. Now, like I said, I haven't been able to completely alleviate the gapping issue, but doing that does help. So that's one thing you can do. And basically you just take it apart and I just took my nail clippers and just snip that off. So you just have that bottom one there. And it doesn't affect the transformation. Everything still works the way it's supposed to. So that's what I did. in an effort to try to alleviate that problem. But anyway, come to the other side and undo that, bring that out. And now once you've done all that, you can come to the front here, just untab this front grill section right here, and all this will lift up like that. Come back. So now what we're going to do is we're going to work on the legs, and you're going to see a lot of things you recognize with the legs. Oh yes you are. You can kind of see it now. If you own Revenge of the Fallen Leader Prime or any version of the mold, you can see, yeah, pretty much the same thing. Some extra little tricks, but pretty much the same thing. So just split the front grill here. Get all that split apart. And split the legs as well. Like that. And one thing, when you're going into truck mode, you can see that these knee pads have a little tab right there. And there's a little slot right there. And you want that to sit right in there when you're going into truck mode. So one thing to note there. Okay, so we have the legs split. So what you're going to do here is you're going to untab this section right here, which says, again, tab in very securely. I'm trying really hard to get a good shot here, but it's hard to do. There we go. You just want to untab this section right here. You can see a tab just goes into that slot right there. And then you take the wheel and you just bring that back like that. And now you're going to take this bit right here, and that will just fold in right in there. Now you're going to open up this panel right there, and then all this will collapse up into the leg. That will snap into place, and then you can close that back up like that. Once you've done that, we can now work on the foot. So you just open up the foot, bring the grill section up, and then bring all this up, and that will clip in right there like that to make the foot. Then just bring the foot up, and there you have a leg all done. Second verse, much like the first. So again, just untab that, take this, and just swing that down. Take this bit, flip that in, then you just open that up, collapse that in, tab that in, close that up like that, and then you open up the foot, bring that up, bring that up, and that will snap in right there. Bring the foot up, and now you have the legs all done. So now what you want to do with the hips here is the hips are on a little swivel here, and you just want to take the hips and just swivel them down like that. And this is their robot mode configuration. You just want to take that hip and just bring it down like that. At that point now, you can take the legs and bring them down on those ratchets like that. Now at this point, we will start working on the upper body. I need to basically just kind of lay this down so we can get working on this. It's a little clumsy to transform this thing because you just have a lot of things just kind of flopping around, but it's totally doable. But now at this point, you want to take these side sections here and you want to bring them all the way up. You want to take this panel, collapse that in, take this panel and bring that back like that. Now for the smokestack, you're just going to bring it in on that hinge and then take this smokestack and bring it down like that, and that'll tab in right there. These don't stay in place, but where they end up in robot mode, that won't be a problem. So you just do the same thing to the other side. You just swing that up, collapse that in like that. Take the smokestack, swing it in, bring it down. There you go. So now at this point, you want to take this hood section here, and it's the outer section and the inner section here. And all that comes up like that. And you just take this and swing that back like that. This section right here, you can take and just fold up. At this point, you can now split the arms like that and just bring them out to the side. And now we can start working on the upper body, and I need to come up a bit so I have room to operate. And now we can kind of get all this situated here. So make sure that all this is out of the way. So what you're going to do here is, this section is just going to come back, this is going to come down, and clip in right there, like that, snap into place, and then just bring that up, and that will just tab in right up there, like that, to hold all that in place. And That just looks like a mess, but don't worry, we're going to tidy all this up. We're going to tidy all this up. So now, this assembly right here with this head just comes back. There are tabs right here, which do go into slots right here on either side. You can see them right there. So just bring this back like so, and get that tabbed in like that. So at this point now, I actually need to raise up a little bit more. There we go. So at this point, you want to take this whole assembly right here and just bring this up. You can see there are two tabs that just go into those two slots right there. So untab that, which might undo that. There we go. Get that back down like that. And then once you've done that, you're going to take this section right here, untab it, and they're on sliders. They will come out. You want to take these side windows and swing them out on that double hinge like that. Untab, swing that out, and now you will take these and bring them down, and you have that tab which will go into that notch right there. So just bring that down, and that will now make his chest. So now that we've done that, we can now come to the shoulder here. You want to take this piece right here and just bring that out like that. Bring this up, and now this slot will go over this tab right here. Just bring that up, and that will lock in place. You can bring the arm down. This panel right here just swings up on a double hinge, and this section right here just swings up like that. And now for the forearm, this section here just angles out. This section just rotates around, and then you push it down. And there you have an arm all done. Second verse, guess what? Just like the first. So just take that, bring that out, bring this up. That will lock in place. Bring the arm down, bring this section up, swing this around and up, and then you just bring that out, swing that around, push that in, and there you go. So now as you can see, he's got all this just sticking out of his chest. So what you do here is you take these bits and they will fold into the body like that. Fold into the body. Make sure you clear these windows there. Those will go into the body, and you have little tabs right there that are going to go into these slots right there. So you just slot that in like that, in like that, and then you can take these the windows here, and just bring them to the front like that. And you take these little headlights here and you just angle those back like that, angle that back. On mine, this one likes to pop out. You stay. Come on. Come on. Stay. See? Likes to pop out. Don't know why. Just likes to pop out. You stay. You stay because it's normal. I'll fight with you later. So now, we're going to work on the backpack. So what you're going to do here is you're going to take this section right here. It's on a hinge, and you're just going to bring that around like that. And you're going to bring this up, and you can see there is a tab right there. It's going to go into this slot right there. So just bring that up. It's going to tab in right there, and then this is going to wrap around this section right there, and this will tab together right here like that. And once you've done that, you have this tab right here, which will go into that slot right there, and you just tab that in like that. There you have one side all done. Now you just do the same thing on the other side. You just swing that around, bring that in, wrap this around, tab that in at the end, and tab that in right up here. Let's make sure you work with those hinges there. Like that. Come on. Like that. And he has a nice tidy backpack. And what about this chest piece? You want to work with me now? There you go. Now you want to work with me. Thank you. And I think we're done. Are we done? Yes, we're done. Oh, one last thing you want to do is you just want to take the knee pads here and just untab them again. Just go into that little notch right there. Just bring those out. And now I think we're done. Are we done? Yes, we're done. Woo, we're done. And there you have Masterpiece Movie Optimus Prime in his robot mode, and he looks gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Love it, love it, love it. I have my little nitpicks with his robot mode, but all in all, I think he looks great. Great, great, great. Oh, some little minor little details here. As far as transformation goes, you can take these bits right here and just bring them up. And the hinges on these are pretty stiff. You can take these and angle them up like that, if you want to. It's totally up to you. This one especially is like really tight. There we go. Kind of give them the angry looking windshields. There you go. Put the angry eyebrows on the windshields. But there you go. And also another little detail, you can take these wheels here on his hips, kind of angle those up if you want. There you go. But yeah, all in all, looks gorgeous in my personal opinion. Like I said, little nitpicks I have with it, but all in all, I think he looks great. So let's get in close here on that head sculpt. Beautiful head sculpt. Nice silver paint there. You got a nice blue for the eyes. And all around a very, very nicely done head sculpt. Looks quite good, in my opinion. Now he does have the face swap gimmick. As you can see, this is the version without the mouth plate, but you can give him his mouth plate if you want to. All you have to do is just raise up his face, and then you just give this a turn like that. Bring that down like so, and now he has his mouth plate. And again, same amount of detail, nice silver paint. Looks quite good. So you got options there. But yeah, overall, lots of nice detail. Got some gold paint in there. Got some gold paint and some blue right up in there. It's more of the metallic blue. Lots of detail going on in here. This plate right here is all die cast, which is nice. But yeah, overall, very nicely done. Lots of detail going on. Looks quite cool. Got some more of that gold paint going on there. Going down the legs. Got a lot of die cast in the legs, which gives him his weight. He has some die cast in the feet as well. And yeah, overall, very, very nicely done in my opinion. Going up the back. See, a lot of nice detail going on here. No paint on the back of the legs, unfortunately. The backpack, as you can see, is very clean. Just nice and flat. Very nicely done with the backpack. And yeah, really, really cool. Now, articulation-wise, the head is on a swivel. Yeah, you can get a full 360 there if you raise his head up. You can look up, although if you do that, you kind of open up his throat there, but he can look up pretty far. Down a little bit. Arms can do a full 360 there on a nice ratchet joint. Can go in and out, although that can kind of bump against that piece right there, but arms can go in and out that far. You do have a bicep swivel. You do have a nice deep elbow bend right there. You do have a wrist swivel as well as this inward hinge right here, which goes in that far. The hands are articulated. The thumb is on a hinge right here that goes up and down. The index finger is a separate piece, so you have a hinge here and a hinge here, and the other three fingers are just one piece that just hinge at the base right there. So you got that going on. He does have a waist swivel. The backpack, what backpack there is, just kind of get in the way, but you can get a decent amount of swivel there. Your legs can go forward that far, back that far, outward. You can get pretty much the full splits. You can also shift those hips up and down if you want to. You do have a thigh swivel right there. You do have a double jointed knee, so you have a nice range of movement there. And the feet can move up a little bit, can move down a lot due to transformation, and you do have some ankle tilt. As you can see, it kind of bumps that out of the way, but you do have some ankle tilt there. So there you go with the articulation. Oops, his arm came undone. So there you have that. Right there. Get him situated here. And you can arm him up if you want to. You can give him his gun. And it's the usual tab in the palm method here. You just open up his hand, and you just get his thumb up, and you just take the gun, and that will just tab in like that. Just wrap his fingers around it, put his thumb down. There you go. And he does hold the gun nice and secure to get that going on right there. Or you can give him the swords. Now, how the swords work, take the gun out of his hand. How the swords work is you take the hands and you bring them in, and that exposes that slot right there. So what you do is you just take the tab right here and just plug that in like that. And then you gotta bring the hand out a little bit like that. They're always going to stay at a little bit of an angle. And we'll just plug in the other one here so we can get the full effect like that. And you can now have him with both of his swords, and he can say, "I'll take you all on!" and, you know, rip Decepticons' heads off. So you can have that going on, which is pretty cool. Minor nitpick, it would have been nice if you could straighten his hand out. I mean, it kind of makes sense if you have a sword coming out of that part of your arm that you would kind of bring your hand down like that, but it still would have been nice if you could kind of straighten his hand back out. But, no, again, minor nitpick, but still makes for a cool look. Now, if you don't want him holding his weapons at all, you can store them on his robot mode. So we'll just remove these, get them situated here, and you can take everything and store it as you had for vehicle mode. Just plug those swords back into those slots, and you just come back here and you have the trailer hitch right back here, and you want to bring it this way with the swords pointed upward, and you just tab that in like that. And you can have all that stored on his back if you want to. So you do have storage for the weapons if you don't want them holding them. You know, again, it's a little clunky, it's a little sloppy looking, but hey, it's some place to store them. Hooray for storage. So, there you have that. Now, he does have another gimmick here. He does have his matrix of leadership. And how you access that is you just untab these sections here. Gotta bring those windows out. Kind of untab these sections, bring them out, and you open up this section right here. Then you come in here and you open this up, and there you have the matrix. And it is removable. It's gonna be a little hard to get it out. There you go. And you can see you got a little matrix in there. I think it's die cast. It's a very small piece, but I think it is die cast. You can see it is nicely detailed. Just unfortunately, it has these two big slots right there. But, still nice little matrix. It's nice as they included it. And it just goes over those two tabs right there in the chest. And you just push that down, close everything up, close that up. There you go. So, it's cool that he does include his matrix. So, there you have that. And yeah, that's pretty much it for everything as robot mode. Again, these wheels right here, you can kind of angle this however you want. These shoulder pieces also are on hinges, so you can kind of angle those how you want for posability. You know, that can kind of, you know, alleviate some of that outward movement actually, so things won't bump into that. So that'll allow that to move up a little bit more. So, yeah. All in all, pretty cool, if I do say so myself. And I do, because I'm the only one in the room. So there you have that. And now for comparison. Here he is with Movie 1, Leader Prime. So you can see how they look together. So there you have that. Here he is with the Revenge of the Fallen Leader Prime mold. So you can see how, what, hey there, buddy. What you doing, man? What you doing? So, you can see how they look together. There you have that. Here he is with the Age of Extinction Leader Prime mold, the Takara version. So you can see how they look together. And just because, here he is with the Wei Jiang upscaled evasion mode Optimus Prime. Just so you can see how they scale with one another. So there you have that. And here he is with Masterpiece Movie Bumblebee. So you can see how they look together. And they look good together. Definitely look good together. I like it. I like it! There you have that. And for one more comparison, here he is with MP-10 Optimus Prime. So you can see how they look together. So there you have that. Just some little transformation things to show off here. I did not know about these things because they are not in the instructions. The instructions do not tell you about these things, so I didn't know because the instructions didn't want me to know, apparently. So, yeah, how was I supposed to know? But luckily, I found these things out, and they're all just little transformation bits with the legs. These wheels, for example, you can take these and you push them down like that, and they will sit flush against the leg like that. Another very, very minor step is these back pieces right here can lift up, and it's such a minor thing, honestly, it's not even worth doing, but those raise up a little bit. You can see it better on this leg. You just kind of raise it up and boom, there you go. See it, look. Oh, that's dramatic. That's a dramatic difference right there. But hey, it's a thing that it can do. These side panels here can also come out a bit, and what you do is you just push on the top portion here, and those bits just pop out like that. So you have a little bit more range. I mean, the feet are still going to bump into them regardless, but it gives you a little more free range there of movement with the ankle tilt. So yeah, just minor little things there with the legs. Like I said, the instructions did not say anything about those things, so I didn't know. But there you go. I know them now, and now you know them. So there you go. So yeah, there you have Masterpiece Movie Optimus Prime. Honestly, he's a mixed bag. It's like there are things I love, there are things that do kind of bug me. I mean, mostly it's just nitpicks, but you know, there are things that definitely bug me. What that does bug me is kind of how some of the parts are just like half painted, like these tanks here are half painted. Don't know why they couldn't have painted the rest of that. This arm piece right here, this little armband piece, like literally, like that little bit is all they would have had to paint, and they stopped there when that, I mean, that's not even a lot. That's just, that, why didn't they paint that? I don't know. The back of his legs not being painted, even though they painted the front of his legs. I understand why they didn't paint this part of his thigh, because as you can see, this part of his thigh comes over this part, and that's where the swivel is. So yeah, if they had painted that, that would have totally rubbed off while you're using that hinge. So I understand why they didn't paint that part. That makes sense. Some of the other things they left unpainted, I'm just kind of like, why? I don't get it. He is missing the blue going over the foot right here. It's in the picture, but they didn't actually paint it on the toy. So this might actually be the first time that I buy repro labels for an official Masterpiece toy, and I'm sure repro labels will probably put out a set for this guy, if just to fill in the little blanks in the paint on this guy. But yeah, I mean, all in all though, like, the robot mode is gorgeous. Little nitpicks, but the robot mode, all in all, is gorgeous. I love the way it looks. I'll say the same thing about him that I said about Masterpiece Movie Bumblebee. As far as Movie Prime toys go, this is definitely the most screen-accurate Movie Prime toy that we have gotten, with it still being able to transform. I mean, he looks great. The truck mode looks great too. The truck mode is gorgeous. The only problem is just how things up front just don't want to line up and tab the way they're supposed to. You actually have to mod it to kind of get it to work, and that is legitimately frustrating, and that's something they really, really should have caught. I really like him. He looks gorgeous, but I think he needed another pass or two during the design process, which is a really weird thing to say about an official Masterpiece toy. I'm not used to saying that about official Masterpiece toys, but oh, well, it is what it is. But like I said, all in all, though, I think he's really nice. Just little things here and there that needed to be worked on, especially with that truck mode. But there you go. Now, I believe these Masterpiece Movie toys are Toys R Us exclusives, so you can check your local Toys R Us or check ToysRUs.com. You can also check BigBadToyStore.com for more Masterpiece toys and movie toys, linked in the description down below, so check that out. You can also check out my Transformers Masterpiece playlist for any reviews you may have missed, also linked in the description down below, so check that out as well. And I think that's it, so don't forget to check out MGames, check out Lori Plan, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below, and I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So, there is the Takara MPM-4 masterpiece movie Optimus Prime, and this is EmGo's saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, palm in your face. Bumblebee! Bumblebee! Oh, there you are. You're so small, sometimes you're easy to miss. Listen, we're going to need help with this mission, so get Jazz. Oh, that's right. Megatron killed Jazz. Well, get Ironhide. Oh, right. Sentinel Prime killed him. Well, at least we don't have the humans hunting us down and killing us. What do you mean, wait and see?